Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed knights and honored guests, welcome to this illustrious tournament where valor meets chivalry and courage intertwines with honor. It is with great pleasure and utmost respect that I stand before you here today and officially bid thee welcome to this grand melee. It shall be a test of honor as much as prowess. In October of 1066 AD, the Battle of Hastings would reshape the face of England and change the destiny of a nation. But 1 month before Hastings, the King of England had to fight off another invasion. Not of Normans, but of Norsemen. This September the 25th shall mark the 958th year since the Battle of Stamford Bridge, the penultimate battle of the Viking conquest era. King Harald III of Norway sought to wrest control over the English crown from King Harold II of England. The English army, despite exhaustion from recent victory at the Battle of Fulford, managed to surprise the Norse invaders. It is at this ephemeral moment of vulnerability that the English marched upon the Norsemen, separated only by a bridge and their blades. It is this battle that we forged our tournament upon. 2 chronicles of the day have it that a single Norseman stood alone, holding the bridge against the entire English army. It was said by this sole Viking cut down up to 40 Englishmen and was only defeated when a single English soldier floated under the bridge and thrust his spear up through the planks of the bridge, mortally wounding the Viking. As such, for our first event, Chris and I shall be holding the field against any and all honorable contenders. As you finish gearing up, make your way to the battlefield and challenge us! Woo! Chris challenges 2 at a time, while I offer a more intimate one-on-one challenge. Both of us invite our adversaries to choose the weapons that we use. For this melee and all others today, the rules are as follows. Only knights who have signed the waiver may fight. Knights are seasoned combatants who are of honorable character and are in good standing with their lords. These knights must equip themselves with armor that covers the torso, their arms down to their fingertips, their throat, and the front and back of their head. Weapons must be of matching material, steel on steel, synthetic on synthetic. The exception are swords, are spears and daggers. Daggers are for ending fights and not expected to come in contact with steel. Except for spears, whole arms are not authorized. Spears are not permitted to make sweeping strikes for the sake of safety. You are here to kill your opponent, not send them to the hospital. Similarly, strikes from pommel, quillion, and the edge of bucklers count as a hit, but you do not do so with excessive force. This is prevent injury. Strikes to the back of the head do count, but they are being kept at a minimum. Any weapon can be prohibited from battle for the sake of safety at the judge's discretion. The entirety of the body is considered target area. The armor analog that we are using is that of a gambeson and sturdy glove. As such, drawcuts do not count. Hits from the flat of the blade do not count. Hits of low energy, low inertia, or are otherwise too slow do not count. A serpentina binding of the blade does not count as a hit if its blade was slow. A press up of the blade. Press up. Uh-oh. does not count as a hit if you hit the flat of the blade. These nuances of the melee are up to you to declare, and it is up to your honor as a knight to declare them truthfully. When you are hit, declare it! The judge is empowered to make decisions when the result of a bout are in question or are otherwise indistinguishable from the knights on the field. The judge is armed and charged with separating a fight with extreme prejudice. If you hear anyone call halt, hold, stop, enough, or otherwise shout or scream or tap out, the fight is over. You must relax and cease fighting. You are encouraged to safely take a step back, both from your opponent and from the brink. You are to kill your opponent, not send them to the hospital. A disarm is a victory over your opponent. If the disarmed knight still has a dagger or is grappling, the knight is not yet disarmed. Grappling for more than the span of 3 breaths is considered a draw, and the fight will be refought. Remember, the judge is armed and empowered to break up fights. Throws are permitted and count as a victory over your opponent. However, the first person to lose balance counts as having been thrown without actually having been thrown. If a knight falls to the ground, the fight is over. If you have caused your opponent to lose balance, it is chivalrous and most honorable to ensure they fall safely. You are permitted and encouraged to fall with your opponent so that they fall safely. Mild violation of these rules will result in a warning. 2 mild violations or a single severe violation will result in disqualification from the tournament, a stain upon your honor, and a stain upon the honor of your lord. Minor blood drawing while armored is a mild violation. Either significant blood drawing or blood drawing while unarmored is a severe violation. Ignoring a halt, hold command is a severe violation. Flagrant disregard for safety is a severe violation. After we hold the field, we will hold our longsword tournament. It will be a standard single elimination tournament. The winner of each will be a knight who is the first to score 2 points out of 3. A double kill will be refought. Sheathed daggers are permitted. After a match, knights must shake hands, fist bump, or embrace. Following that, will be our weapon of choice tournament. Well, it would be a single elimination tournament. Instead of best of 3, it will be best of 1. First blood. Again, after a match, knights must shake hands, fist bump, or embrace. Our final event will be the storming of a bridge. 2 teams will fight against each other across a narrow span and try to reach the adversary's side while protecting their own from infiltration. Going over the sides of the bridge will result in being killed. While we witness the unfolding of this momentous tournament, let us not forget the spirit of unity that has brought us all together. Regardless of the outcomes on the field, remember that the bonds forged here today will endure beyond the tournament grounds. In the spirit of medieval tradition, we gather here not merely as competitors, but as guardians of a notable legacy, one that celebrates bravery, prowess, and the timeless virtues of knighthood. As you prepare to engage in feats of combat, remember that each and every one of you embody the ideals of honor and fair play that have defined the code of chivalry for centuries. So cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war! Woo! Woo!